Hey guys, it's Suresh. Thank you so much for dropping by my channel. Today's video has been a very requested video from many of you. You guys have all been very curious to see more of my Barbie collection. So I have put together part one of my Barbie collection. I have moved a lot over my life and traveled a lot over the past 10 years for work. So because of that, a lot of my collections of dolls, of airplanes, of trains, of cars, various stuffed animals that I've had since I was a kid have sort of been either misplaced, given away, sold, or put into storage really all around the country and all around the world. Today I'm going to be showing you, I think, around 35 dolls from my collection that I have right now. I hope you enjoy them and I hope you like them, and I hope that it inspires you to start a collection of your own, whether it be Playline or Silkstone or designer or black label or pink label or platinum label or whatever you have it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started with the collection. I'm going to start with my Barbie Look collection, which I love to unbox and redress with the clothes that I love to make. If you guys caught the video that I posted a few weeks ago of some of the clothes that I made for my dolls most recently, I'll put that down in the description box as well, but that's basically what these ladies are. I love the skin complexions, and I also love the fact that they have painted toenails and fingernails. I actually had like 4 or 5 of the other City Shine dolls as well, from the City Shine and the Red Carpet collections. But I redressed them and I designed them for friends of mine. I designed one for my sister on her wedding day. I like recreated her wedding dress on one of the brunette City Shine dolls. If you guys go through my Instagram account, or if you go through their Instagram account, which is Barbie New York, you will see the others that I have either given away as gifts or sold. I do have 4 of the City Shine dolls from 2015 that came out in June of 2015 that I haven't even opened yet. I just have not had time to open them and make clothes for them, but here's the blonde. I absolutely love her. These are all dolls that Bill Greening does, and I'm obsessed with them. So there's one, here's the other. I did love her short bob. I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I'm excited to take her out and play with it. And I love the hands on the hip. I absolutely love a hand on the hip. My God, I love a hand on the hip. It's just like so chic, I think. And then number 3, I didn't love her, the redhead, as much originally, but I'm really intrigued to kind of figure her hair out because it looks kind of like a big frizzy mop in the box. However, I'm pretty sure I can make it look fierce once I take her out. And then last but not least, the gorgeous African-American doll, which I love. I have 2 other dolls from 2014, harking back to the original 1959 swimsuit. I absolutely love this doll. Now, I also wanted to tell you guys, up until very recently, I did not debox a lot of my dolls. So almost all my Silkstones, which I will show you today, and all, I think, except for 1 or 2 of my designer dolls, are still in their boxes. I started deboxing dolls very recently. One, because of my space issue. Like, I have not a lot of space to keep everything, so I like take turns cycling, you know, some dolls in and out of storage. And then 2, ever since I started doing this channel, I noticed that you guys love for me to debox my dolls and show you. So it's sort of given me like the swift kick in the bum I needed to finally start opening them. So I have her, which I love. She came out in November of 2014. And then I have her, which, oh my God, I love this doll so much. She has a gorgeous face, and even though she's smiling, it's so beautifully done. I absolutely love the face. And she is the reinterpretation of the original swimsuit doll, and she came out in February of 2014. The moment I saw her, I was like, oh my God, must have, must have, must have. Up next, I have 2 of my favorite dolls that Barbie Collector did for pop culture / movies. But this is my Superman and Wonder Woman doll. I've done reviews for both of them that I will link down below. I absolutely love them. They both came out like early February of this year, 2016. And I am so sprung on these dolls. They're so beautifully done. I absolutely love the faces. I love the points of articulation. And I just love the ability that they both stand on their own. Up next, I have a group of my designer collector dolls, which I absolutely am obsessed with. My most recent is my beautiful Oscar de la Renta bride, which came out in April of this year, so this month. And if you see my review of her, you know that I'm like obsessed, and I just take like one look at her every morning. I'm just like, oh my God, Yes, yes, yes. Second doll in the series is from 2015, and she is the Tokidoki doll with the pink hair. She is a black label doll, whereas most of my other collector dolls are all gold label. And there was a platinum label edition of her as well with like lavender hair, but it was like impossible to get. They went so quickly, so I was like, all right, whatever. This doll came out in September 2015, and the moment I saw her, I was hooked because I just love the pink hair. It was so new, and I just love the packaging. It's just so bright and fun and pink and just gorgeous. So that was that. Absolutely love her. The next one is not really a designer doll per se, but it is a beautiful doll that Barbie Collector does, and she's the Venetian MUSE doll. So this I loved so much because the dress was like beyond. I have actually done an in-box review on her. It was like one of the first videos that I did. So if you guys get a chance to check that out, you should. Venetian MUSE came out in September of 2014. She has the Louboutin face, which I don't have a lot of dolls with that face sculpt. I'm excited to someday take her out because I am curious to see the back of the dress. I've seen in photos that it kind of has a bit of a train to it and it flows, and she has this long veil, which I'm obsessed with. The next doll in our lineup is my Zuhair Murad doll, and she came out in February of 2014. And I just love her. She's modeled after, I think, Blake Lively, if I remember correctly. My last doll of my designer collection is my Blonde's Blonde Gold doll. And I also have a review of her. I am absolutely obsessed with this doll. Oh my god, I think she's so beautiful. I just love all the gold. I love looking at her. I'm obsessed with her hair. It's like gold and caramel and all the right kinds of blonde, I think. She came out in August of 2013, and I remember getting the email for her and just being on the floor gagging, just thinking, oh my god, I need this doll. Next up is my Silkstone collection. Now, this is the bulk of my modern day Barbie collection because I just live for the outfits. It is like true fashion, and it is what I want in a fashion doll. It's just, they're everything. They're everything. I'm obsessed. So first up, we have Miss Camel Coat, which just came out in March of this year, March 2016, and I love her still. As you can see, she is out of the box. I did a review on her, which you guys can get a link to down in the description box. And yeah, I'm still quite obsessed with her. Next to her is Miss Classic Black Dress. Now these are both with the new Silkstone posable body. As you guys can also see, I put Classic Black Dress back in her box. Again, space issue, you guys. The struggle is real. Let me just tell you, the struggle is very real. Blush Beauty came out in October of 2015, and I love her so much. The color of this pink, I think, is just absolutely divine. I absolutely love her dress that comes underneath this beautiful coat. It is just the cutest dress. Get a load of that. Isn't that just adorable? I mean, I die. Next up is Lavender Luxe. She came out in July of 2015, and I just love her so much. Again, the pink background combined with the color of the lavender that they used is just so pretty. I'm absolutely so in love with this doll. One of my only redheads, I think, actually. So I'm happy about that. Some people were complaining about the silhouette of the gown, saying that it was a little too boring or too predictable or blah, blah, blah. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. I think it's so beautiful. I love all the little mini micro paillettes and beads that they have on the bodice. Again, so beautifully done. Boucle Beauty. Now, she came out in April of last year, April of 2015, and she is so pretty as well. I love the super bleached blonde white hair almost. The tweed is so beautiful. It's so nicely done. Everything is beautifully lined. I'm obsessed with the shoes. So pretty. I love the little mini gloves that she comes with and her glasses. Such a beautiful doll. It's so reminiscent of like old world Chanel, and I just love that so much. It's been like my absolute favorite fashion model collection to date because I love glamour, I love gowns, I love dresses, I love frilly, sparkly things with bows everywhere. I do. The other doll that came out in April of 2015 was the red dress doll. One of the few Silkstone African-American dolls, and I love her so much. The red of the dress with the color of her skin is just magic. Love the pillbox hat. She has a beautiful hairdo. And I just am so thrilled with her. Absolutely love her so much. And she also has earrings. She's one of the only dolls, actually she's the only doll in that whole collection last year who had jewelry. So I was happy to see that. Last but not least, we have Fashionably Floral, and she came out in January of 2015. So I was thrilled when I saw her. I just thought the hat was so cute. Love the pink that they use. It's like such a beautiful, vibrant shade of pink. Love the little curl on the side of her head. The next collection that I have is from 2014 and 2013. First, we have Luciana, and she came out in August of 2014. I love the beautiful sparkly buttons and the little fishnet gloves. Her boots are just beyond beautiful. I love so much. And then next we have the beautiful bride Principessa. The embroidery on here is just so pretty. I'm like obsessed. It's so beautifully done. Truly, I love this doll so much. I was so happy when I got her. And I love the little tiara and the little shoulder brushing Italian lace edged veil. It's super beautiful. And Principessa came out in May of 2014. Tailored Tuxedo Ken came out in August of 2013, and I love him because he's my only Ken in my most recent doll collection. And he has a beautiful face, lots of hair, a really cool little birthmark on his forehead, which is adorable. And I just love that he's in white tie because, as you may know, I love me some bow ties. So I'm excited to have a beautiful male doll with a bow tie on. And up next we have Cocktail Dress, and she is a real stunner, let me tell you. Her hair is just fantastic. It's that super bright platinum blonde that I'm obsessed with, and she has earrings, which I love. She came out in October of 2013. And I just love this dress so much. There's just so many layers to this dress. There's like a little petticoat layer with a beautiful lace edge trim, and then there's a nude champagne layer sandwiched in a little bit of lace, and then on top of that there's the final lace layer, which has little black crystals on it, which just catch the light in all the right ways. And the earrings are so pretty. They have little it's like a little pearl drop earring with like a crystal flower that is just so gorgeous, and I love her so much. The last doll that I have from this collection is the mermaid gown dress that came out in May of 2013. And let me tell you, she really is the standout from this collection. Here she is, and I am sure you guys have seen her photo floating around the net. If not her altogether, you've definitely seen the dress floating around on a bunch of fashion royalty dolls. But this is one of the most beautiful dresses I've seen them do, and I love it so much. It really accentuates the hourglass figure. The little paillettes and all the little micro beads are so beautiful. The tailoring is exquisite. Like, it's a princess seam dress, but all the chiffon has top stitching on each of the princess lines, and that is very difficult to do. I mean, it's hard enough to do in human size. I can't even imagine doing it in doll size. So kudos to them on that. I love the skirt. It's so beautiful, and it's also very reminiscent of what was happening in haute couture at the time. A lot of this beautiful chiffon tailoring and all the chiffon twists, and it's just, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love this doll. Her hair weirded me out a little bit. Like, there's definitely something about her between the yellowy blonde and the really pale skin tone, and perhaps the cream backdrop too, that sort of makes her look like a Russian dominatrix almost. So the last series of my Silkstone collection are these beauties here, along with one that's hiding down here that I'm going to show you as we're wrapping up. You will die. The Silkstones from back in the day are so exquisite in that they really, in my opinion, resonated what was happening in haute couture and couture. And I just love a doll that can just serve it out. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with Miss Gala Gown. So she came out in October of 2012, and she is absolutely beautiful. I remember seeing her at the FAO Schwartz when there was an FAO Schwartz here on Fifth Avenue. It left last year and it was so sad. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love this yellow of her chiffon. It's so pretty mixed with gray. I think it's such a fun way to do like a soft yellow and not make it look, you know, marmy or matronly. She's my second Silkstone who's a redhead, and I'm just obsessed. And what I love about all three of them is they all have earrings and they are just so exquisite. So that's Gala Gown, and then we have Party Dress, who came out in February of 2012. I love the dress so much. The white and the gold lace is so beautiful, and I just love this beautiful sort of muted woad blue. The little bolero she has on is just gorgeous. She has like a very sort of breakfast at Tiffany's kind of thing going on, which I love. The one thing I will say is her look on her face is like so like, I will cut you. It just cracks me every time I look at her. I'm just kind of like, oh, hey girl, hey, calm down. It's cool, it's cool. I come in peace. Over here we have the 10-year tribute doll that celebrated 10 years of the Barbie Fashion Model Collection. I have done an inbox review of her, which you'll find down in the description box. Such a beautiful doll. Like truly, I can't wait to get all these girls out of their boxes someday and just let the gowns flow and do what they do. But anyway, Tribute Barbie is beautiful. Her hair is so, so, so pretty. This is like the most beautiful shade of blue that they use. I'm so in love with it. So you'll definitely have to check out that review as I go further in depth into the details of the dress. But again, the embroidery and the beading and the paillette work is just, it's stunning. But last but not least in my Silkstone collection is, I think, my star, because the moment I saw this doll, I literally had a heart attack, fell to the floor, cried profusely, got back up, stared at the computer screen, and then cried again. She is so beautiful. I am so in love with her. She was the very first, really the debut doll of the Barbie Fashion Model Collection. She is the one and only, the stunning Delphine. Are you dying? Did you pee a little bit? Did you put a little bit in your pants? I'm sure you did. Yeah, this is, to me, just everything and everything and anything and everything. And oh my God, I die for this doll. I am very excited to someday get her out of this box and let this train and trail do its thing. If you've seen photos of her online, as I'm sure you have, you will know that this dress kind of has a beautiful long train that swoops out and the bow in the back sort of puffs out. Truly such an exquisite, beautiful doll. This is like everything that I would love to design in school. I would always make these big bustles and big trains, and I remember my instructors always being like, who are you making these clothes for? And I was like, I should have just said Barbie, because that's really who I was designing for in many ways, I think. But Delphine came out in January of 2000, January 1st of 2000. And she really was such a stunning way to celebrate and launch the Barbie Fashion Model Collection. You know, you look at this doll and then you look at, you know, classic camel coat or classic black dress, and there's such a difference in the two dolls. And I'm not going to say that one's better than the other, but I think the dolls that are coming out today are reflective of what's happening in our society and the slight casualization of everything and everyone. But I think what I love so much about Delphine is it really does harken back to a day where people just dressed up so beautifully, and I just am so in love with her. She has the most beautiful hands, and I've noticed that her body sculpt is unlike any other Silkstone that I've seen, and I'm unsure as to why the body mold has changed, but her hands, for example, are just the sweetest little hands you have ever seen. Like, truly, she is stunning and magnificent. The one thing that I did notice is She does have her original hairnet on. I haven't taken anything off since I've gotten her, but her face is a little bit darker than the rest of her body. So I don't know if that's something that's happened with time. I don't know if there was some sort of a defect in the material they used, or I don't know if she just naturally is supposed to have a little bit of a darker face. I can't imagine why she would. Even her face paint was different back then. Her eyes definitely look a little bit more evil. She's stunning. I absolutely love her so much. I am so happy that I have her. I'm so honored to have her. Really, all these dolls. This really is, to me, the creme de la creme of my Silkstone collection. And so last but not least, to finish off my collection are my 4 Playline dolls. Really the only Playline dolls that I have in my collection, and that's primarily because I was so excited about the new Fashionista line that came out earlier this year in 2016 of Miss Curvy, Miss Tall, Miss Petite, and then Miss Original. I have done reviews on all 4 of these dolls, and again, the link is down in the description box. Someone recently said to me in one of the comments that they loved that I wasn't a doll snob, and that, you know, I don't only collect high-end expensive dolls, I also like to collect Playline. And the truth of the matter is, I just love Barbie, period. Everything she stands for is wonderful, and I love all the varieties, all the way from the Playline to the really high-end collector. Obviously, I don't collect a lot of Playline because, again, the struggle is real with the space, and I just don't have the space. The Fashionistas line is like addicting because they just get cuter and cooler and more awesome. There are a number of dolls I think that are just about to come out or may have just come out with like colored hair, like lavender hair and blue hair and pink hair, and I love having them in my collection. It just kind of reminds me that there are so many layers and so many ways of expressing style and fashion, and I think they're so cute. There you have it. There is part 1, really, of my Barbie collection. This is, for the most part, what I have here with me in New York. Someday, hopefully soon, when I can get access to more of my other dolls, I will do a part 2. So stay tuned for that. If you guys want to see when I do unbox all of my fabulous Silkstone and designer dolls, hopefully again someday soon, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to do that on camera so you can see me pass out multiple times, I'm sure. I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please do give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my growing channel. Thanks again to all of you who have subscribed and who are an active part of my everyday life. I love you guys with all of my heart. It's so fun seeing what you have to say and connecting with you on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter, etc. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Lots of love. Hugs and kisses to you guys. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.